Happy weekend, brunchers. I am Bailey Minogue.
And I'm Uncle Colin.
And this is Too Much for Brunch. On this week's episode, we will be discussing the legendary mother herself, the one, Miss Jackson.
Janet is nasty. Oh wait, no, Miss Jackson is nasty. Oops, I'm not nasty.
No, Janet Jackson has recently announced her Unbreakable World Tour and on TooMuchForBrunch.com. I ranked all of her albums from my least favorite to my most favorite, which is a labor of love because I really do enjoy all of her albums except for one. We will both be giving our top 10 singles.
Yes, I'm so excited.
We have not seen each other's lists, so this might be a bit of a long video. I'm just going to jump right into it. 10.
From the Rhythm Nation album, it was her 7th single from that album, Love Will Never Do. I love the song. You know, I've always loved it, and I remember when I first saw the video, I couldn't believe it was Janet because she had thinned out and gotten real sexy, and it's totally so Michael Jr. Oh, yes! Yes! I was like, I don't understand why I'm so into this guy, but I can't stop looking at him. And he was only 18 years old at the time, which I'm like, wow, that was sort of jailbait-ish, because Janet was like 24, but I'm like,
My number 10 is Runaway. I really loved that song, and I loved the video, and they were jumping from country to country, and had the really cutesy choreography, and I really loved it. And I particularly liked the end of the song where she's like doing her riffs over and over, and she's like, I don't know, I'm gonna do it over. Like, she's like talking to herself while she's singing. I really liked that.
She talks to herself or laughs in every song she has.
I know, but I really thought it was really cute. And she was like, because what did she say? I know we'll have a good time. And she's like, I don't really think that was such a good time.
Didn't quite hit the note. It wasn't such a good time.
That's what it was.
And I'm like, so clearly she was recording that. They were like, let's just add it to the song. And some people were like, oh, that's cute.
I thought it was
like,
really cute. 9. One of the songs I still listen to the most from Janet Jackson, and that is Black Cat. I don't know what about the song I really love so much, but it was so edgy, and it was like my inner angry girlfriend, and I really loved it.
Well, my number 9 is also from the Rhythm Nation album, and it is the title track, Rhythm Nation.
Is number 9?
It is. I told you we are going to be going through some things today, but I love Rhythm Nation, this song. It was a great song. I remember going to Blockbuster Video with my cousin Junpei and getting the Rhythm Nation movie because no one was buying it for me in the Gale household. And we watched the actual Rhythm Nation movie, which was such a camp classic on so many levels.
Really
and then the video was just, and that choreography, I mean, I actually used to do the choreography, especially like the end dance part. I was like, oh, yes, loved it.
8.
From the Janet album, and it is probably one of my favorite dance tracks from her, If. I love If, and the thing about If was that it sort of took the rock hard edge from Black Cat, and it had this like amazing dance beat, and the choreography from the video, you gotta give Tina Landon her props, because really, that partnership between the two of them is what, was just made them both.
My number 8, and it's Son of a Gun, with Carly Simon, and the single version had Missy Elliott on it as well, but I actually kind of liked
the album version.
I thought it was a little bit more smooth, and Missy's was very, very good. And then they even had the version with Diddy on it, or Puff Daddy.
What? I never heard it, I don't think.
Oh my god. I have the CD single, and there's like 3 different versions of it with Puff Daddy. But also, it's a different beat, and there's a video with him in it. There's a video version.
Wait, I did hear that version on Spotify, because I think one day I was going listening to it, and I was like, oh, no.
It's not good.
And there's a video version? No, they should burn it. He shouldn't be in anything. I don't know.
7. From The Velvet Rope. And it is a little known track. I don't remember it getting much airplay, but it was a single, You. And it was my favorite. It's deep, and the way it's put together is kind of tricky, and I like that she kind of gives away that she's talking to herself, and she spells conscious backwards, which is something I always thought was kind of cool. Just the whole song, and even the Twisted Elegance intro that leads into it on Velvet Rope was really good.
Velvet Rope was so underrated.
It really
was. I mean, I think everyone now realized, why were we sleeping on this album when it came out? I mean, I was loving it too. I forgot that You was a single, because I remember seeing the video one day just randomly. I was like, what? So, it absolutely was one of the songs that I liked too. I didn't even think about it for the list. But my number 7 is from the Discipline album. So, it was Feedback.
Oh, okay.
It was Feedback. See, I know you were shamed already. Feedback was so ahead of its time. It was an amazing single. It was a great way for Janet to come back after having singles that were just flopping. But she was still being blacklisted. Even though at that point, I mean, they had to start playing it because it was just getting so much buzz. But I want to say that this song didn't even peak in the top 10. It was like in the top 20, and it should have been a number 1.
6.
So my number 6 is Throb. It is from the Janet album, and I don't think a lot of people even know the song. Some people do, but if you just know Janet singles, you're gonna be like, wait, what's that? It is this, like, just 4 minutes of, like, dance odyssey, like, orgasmic,
so
you know, beat. It is, and Janet's having an orgasm during the song, and it is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. It is not even, there's not a lot of lyrics to it. Really, they're not. But the beat and just
how does boom boom boom, it's so
new, yeah, such, you know, such iconic language, you know.
My number 6 comes from Control, and it's The Pleasure Principle. The Pleasure Principle is one of the songs I didn't fully understand what she was talking about until I was older and I was dating, and I totally got it, and it really helped me through some weird times. But bigger than that, The Pleasure Principle is the song that got me into dancing. When I watched that video as a little mini faggot, a little junior queen, I was like, yes, I want to twirl for a living. And that propelled me into hip-hop dance for about 15 years. I danced for a long time.
5.
My number 5 is also from Control, and it is the only ballad that I added to the list. Let's Wait a While. Before my sexual awakening, and I became the hooker that you all know and love, Let's Wait a While really touched me in a more place because I really enjoy her delivery, and I think it's a really great message, especially for young girls who were like her age when she released Control.
Yeah.
It was a good thing to be singing about.
Yeah, and then also those who were, like, younger than her, because I think she was, what, like 20, 21 when she came out, so she was, you know, doing, you know, the fact that she was singing this song was great because those teenagers who, you know, were looking up to her could potentially be, like, winning, you know, saying, oh, it's okay to wait a while. My number 5 is from The Velvet Rope, and it is a song that is one of my favorite songs, and I remember I played it out, and it is I Get So Lonely. It was, and I'm talking about the version from the album, not the Blackstreet version. No, that was
the TNT remix.
That was unnecessary because what she did originally was perfection. I loved it. It was really amazing, and it is, you know, such a, like, The Velvet Rope is such a dark album, and I love some dark music. It's like, oh, I just felt it, and I have to admit that I think at that time, you know, I just try to look back on it now. So I would have been in college and, you know, going through stuff, and, you know, I was alone, and I was just like, oh, I feel you, Janet. I get lonely too.
Actually, I Get Lonely is my number 4.
Oh.
So I guess we don't talk about that.
4.
My number 4 is That's the Way Love Goes. I mean, even to this day, that song is just amazing. The beat, it was so cool.
3.
My number 3, we already talked about, it was Throb. And as we mentioned, it did chart in America. It was a top 10 dance single for Billboard. It's really a house song.
Yeah.
So it didn't fit in too much with top 40 radio, but I love house music, and that's why I listen to it every day without failure.
My number 3 is also from the Janet Jackson Greatest Hits album, but it's not Runaway. It's not Runaway. It is 24 Play, which that song is so unbelievably underrated. It is such a sexy R&B slow jam, and that video could have been so hot. And then she did this whole Dorothy Dandridge audition because she didn't get the part. Halle Berry was like, "Whatever, bitch, I got that one."
2.
Another song from the Rhythm Nation album, and it sort of goes back to depressing music because I love depressing music, and it came to me because I remember I first saw the video. She was so, like, she was in Paris. She was flashing back. And she was flashing back to her boyfriend, who was actually her husband, but we didn't know at the time, blah, blah, blah. It's Come Back to Me. And when I was ranking this, I was like, oh, man, I said, that's just one of my songs, so Come Back to Me. Yes, that's my number 2.
My number 2, we already talked about, it was Rhythm Nation. I feel like it's such an iconic song for Janet. She'll never be able to tour without performing. Everyone's got that. Like, Kylie has to perform Can't Get You Out of My Head. Madonna has to perform Like a Prayer. She has to perform Vogue. Like, it's just one of those huge signature songs. The message behind it was so good, and it's something that I still think people haven't really gotten a hold of, unfortunately. We have a lot of racial tension in America right now.
1.
My number 1 was Feedback, and we already actually talked about that, and I loved Feedback. And out of all of Janet's singles, I think it's the one, except maybe I Get Lonely, because she's coming out with a new album. If there was an I Get Lonely or a Feedback sounding song, I Get Lonely did good when it came out, but Feedback really didn't, as we said earlier. She could release Feedback today, while she's, you know, not blacklisted, and people would live for it. The video was amazing, the choreography was amazing, she was performing everywhere. She really tried to make Feedback happen. And it was a really amazing, amazing song, and I think it deserved much more recognition than it got.
And my number 1 was, again,
that
is my number 1 Janet song, because I love it.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
God.
I love, every time I hear that song, I will stop and sing along. This is so theatrical. She cries. Oh, cute. So, yes, and it was just, oh, never let me I was like, oh, I know.
It's so sappy. It
It is
reminds
so
me of
sappy.
Michael Jackson when he cries on She's Out of My Life.
Oh, but I love that song.
Ah.
See,
can
I love She's Out of My
literally-
Life, but because I just felt it. But no, I really, that was my number. I knew you were gonna have this reaction because I was like, oh, make that number one. But I was like, yeah, put it on
And
there.
does she even still perform again?
I don't think she does.
Edit.
Well, thank you for joining us and hearing us rant about how much we love Janet Jackson. Feel free to comment on the video. Let us know if we left off anything. I don't think we did. Our honorable mentions were very long.
Yeah.
So I think we covered pretty much all of her really...
And they may have their other, ideas.
Yeah.
You might have said, why'd you guys pick these? And what about blah, blah, blah. I actually would love to hear someone say, what about this? Because, I might be like, oh,
Right.
So
yeah, just join the conversation. Don't forget to subscribe to the videos. We'll do some more. You can comment here, and you can also follow me on Twitter at Too Much for Brunch.
You can follow me at Collin, COLLIN_Gale, GEHL.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out TooMuchForBrunch.com.
I'm not gonna do different people at once. What you gotta? I'm only here. It's only me and you. A frog and a baby. A frog and a water lily. Oh, is that my fault? I'm not wearing pants. Do I make you nervous?